Greetings, fellow moviegoers, and welcome to Movie Central. It's a place to talk about movies, TV shows based on movies, toys based on movies, games based on movies, and theme park rides based on movies. I'm your host, Mr. CCS, and this is my pet gorilla, George. Let's go back to the year 2013. That year, the Marvel Cinematic Universe turned 5, and with that came 2 new movies. One of them I have already reviewed, Iron Man 3. I forgot to mention that it was a big success when it was released, grossing over $1 billion at the box office. Obviously, there was hype for the next movie that was coming out, the sequel to Thor, a movie that received lukewarm reviews upon release. When people went to see it, they were disappointed as all hell. But is the movie as bad as everybody thinks? I'm gonna find out as we look at Thor, The Dark World. Damn, this isn't gonna be easy. In the aftermath of Marvel's Thor and Marvel's The Avengers, Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth, fights to restore order across the cosmos, but an ancient race led by the vengeful Malekith, played by Christopher Eccleston, returns to plunge the universe back into darkness. Faced with an enemy that even Odin, played by Anthony Hopkins, and Asgard cannot withstand, Thor must embark on his most perilous and most personal journey yet. One that will reunite him with Jane Foster, played by Natalie Portman, and force him to sacrifice everything to save us all. Yeah, guys, I will admit this film's story seems a little reminiscent of Lord of the Rings, which I will review soon. But honestly, I think that even though the story is weak as hell, maybe the rest of the movie can hold up. Spoilers, not entirely. The characters are pretty good for the most part. Thor is just like he was in the Avengers, and in no way as much as a brat as he was in the first solo outing he was in. Good. Also, he does a good job of being a good son, feeling sad for his mother when she died, crying for Loki when he faked his death again, and choosing not to take the throne of Asgard, making his father proud. You'll see where I'm going in my next Thor movie review. Odin is better than he was in the previous film. Anthony Hopkins really shows a heap of emotion the second time around. Like I said in my review of the last film, my favorite characters were Loki, Sif, and the Warriors 3. And they're still my favorite characters here. I really want to see these 5 in a show together. That would be awesome. I don't want to spoil what they do here because I want you to see for yourself. Now we have the villain. Everyone and their mom says that he is a lame villain, and they are absolutely right. Now, I won't say his design and voice weren't cool because they were, but honestly, he's just really forgettable. And it's sad when his henchman, Curse, is all the more cool. But then again, it's not that jarring, in my opinion. Now we have the Earth characters. I have the same thoughts for 2 of them as I did in my previous review. Jane Foster is boring and can't completely act, and Eric Selvig is still fun to watch, though they do up the cringe factor with him being crazy. Just FYI before you watch this. The worst part about Jane is that she is carrying the ether, which is formed to make the Reality Stone, which is one of the Infinity Stones, which makes her a part of the plot even more, which I can't stand because I didn't like her the first time around. But then again, she isn't the worst character in this film. Those 2 are going to be talked about right now. One of them I will rant on, and the other one I'll just kind of give a passing. First, we have Ian Boothby, who's the stereotypical loser character that no one remembers at all. It's sad to see that this character even exists when we could have gotten something better. That's why I'm only giving him like a little bit of a passing talk. But he's not the worst one in the film. That goes to Darcy Lewis. In my last review, I said she was just played for laughs. And I'm about to rant on her and explain how she's better off at a freak show than being a scientist. Her voice is so loud, like she just took a really mind-altering drug. She makes a scene wherever she is, and her jokes are not funny at all. This character is a desperate attempt at comedy, but she just comes off as something I want to burn! Please pray to God she dies in WandaVision because I can't stand her anymore! Okay, that's enough about me yelling. Please, just kill her off, Marvel. Okay, that's enough. How are the visuals? Well, to be honest, they're pretty great. Spaceships, the Infinity Stone, Asgard, and Cursed look fantastic. I'm not going to show them all to you because I think you need to see them for yourselves. Even that beast from the first movie looks better. But again, I can't show you that. How's the music? Like the first time he scored a Thor movie, Brian Tyler made an S score that isn't incredibly memorable, but it is fun to listen to at the very least. The action is also good. The teleportation battle is good, but the fight with Curse in the Asgardian castle is my personal favorite. So my final thoughts are that this is just an okay movie. Despite the weak story and two truly awful characters, Thor the Dark World isn't that bad. I mean, some characters are great, the score is fun to listen to sometimes, visuals are good, and the action is good. Although I don't think I'll rewatch this one again, which is why I can't give it anything but a solid 7 out of 10. It's an okay movie, just not that much of a rewatchable one. Well, that's it for this review. Feel free to leave your comments below with your honest thoughts, and tune in next time when I take a look at Star Wars The Last Jedi. With that said, I'm Mr. CCS, this is Movie Central, and that, my friends, is a wrap. See you next week.